Okay, we're broadcasting. Just give me a second.
Okay.
Broadcasting.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Schulich Startup Night, special online edition. Startup Night was postponed. It was slightly delayed, but it is impossible to keep off your agendas, and we're excited to be back 90 days after we postponed the event due to the pandemic to welcome you to Schulich Startup Night 13, and it promises to be a packed agenda today. We're excited to welcome all of you here for the competition. And I'm going to take you through a couple of nods to our sponsors first as we go along. We'd like to say thank you to the Audrey Hellier Foundation for being our prize sponsor and helping for the put together the cash prizing for the companies today. We'd like to give a shout out to Bereskin & Parr, one of the top patent and IP law firms in the country, excuse me, in the country, and working with us and our community of companies, and also has a special prize to announce and present today. Our other generous event sponsors, Zeifmans, the accounting firm who works with so many of our companies and guiding them and advising them, wonderful firm, and Innovation York as well, to our partners with York University. And last but not least, our prize sponsors, so Indochino, who will be suiting up two of the team members from our winning companies, the Best Lab from the Lausanne School of Engineering with their prize, and owner as well too, helping get one of our young companies incorporated. Thank you all for helping us put this on, and we're excited for today's event. We're going to call upon our Dean, Deja Horvath, now to bring some welcoming remarks.
Thank you, Chris, and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the afternoon portion of the Schulich Startup Night. This is the 13th edition of the Startup Night, a chance for 3 teams of Schulich students and 3 teams from Schulich alumni to present their startups to our Schulich Startups community. While we were forced to postpone the March event due to the COVID-19 crisis, we are excited to be back with you today in the first ever online edition. Let me begin with my remarks by saying that the entrepreneur spirit at Schulich has never been stronger. I am proud to report that we now have 150 companies in the Schulich startups community and more than 200 founders. In the past 3 months since the crisis began, the Schulich startups team has had incredible impact within our community. They have organized 3 VIP workshop events to support our startups with top innovation ecosystem guests, including Bryce Shishuk, the co-founder of Wind Mobile, Tonya Surman, the CEO of the Center for Social Innovation, and Erin Burry, the CEO of Wilford. They hosted a virtual Schulich Idea Jam to support some of our top Schulich students and alumni COVID-19 innovators, with more than 160 people joining in to help. They secured 30 virtual internships for our Schulich India MBA students. Many of them are with us here online today. Welcome. And they spearheaded Schulich's participation in the digital Main Street Shop Here initiative. This initiative, which will soon become a national program, awarded the first 100 paid placements exclusively to Schulich students and recent graduates. Let me also share with you a few examples of the exciting new companies our students and alumni are creating. At last Startup Night in November, which I was part of, Schulich MBA graduate Seema Shanghavi came first overall for her company Cooks Who Feed, a social enterprise that sells ethically handcrafted and eco-friendly aprons to help feed those in need. And Schulich BBA student Amy Gee came out on top in the students category for a startup Multi, which helps competitive gamers connect with other pro gamers worldwide. Congratulations to Schulich startup company AYD Cares, founded by MBA graduates Dipesh Patni, for making the Launch Yorku University Startup Finance. Congratulations as well to Good Food for Good, founded by Schulich MBA graduate Risha Gupta, for securing a deal in CBC's hit TV show Dragon's Den. So as you can see, entrepreneurship is part of our school's DNA. Another highly successful entrepreneur is Andrew D'Souza, who will be our fireside chat guest later this evening at 7 p.m. Andrew is CEO and co-founder of Clearbank, as the fastest, most affordable way for founders to fund their business. He and his co-founder have raised hundreds of millions of dollars in venture capital, and he is an advisor and investor to companies such as Simpler, Properly, and Tulip Retail. Thank you, Andrew, and to everyone involved in helping make our vibrant Schulich startups entrepreneurial community flourish and succeed. This type of learning and collaboration between students, alumni, and industry is really what makes Schulich so special and unique. In closing, I would like to thank a number of individuals who made this afternoon and evening possible. Thank you to alumni, students, staff, and volunteers who came together to make this afternoon and tonight's event such a success. Very special thanks to Schulich Entrepreneurial Resident Chris Carter. For the past 12 months, Chris has also served together with Professor Morin Levesque as co-director of Schulich's Entrepreneur Studies program. I firmly believe the program has a great future going forward under this leadership team. Thank you, Chris, for your leadership, your passion, and your desire to help fellow entrepreneurs succeed. I look forward to seeing the results of the competition, and I wish all of you good luck. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today, and I will now call on our MC, Chris Carter, to carry on with this afternoon's agenda. Chris.
Thank you, Dean Horvath. And I just also want to say thank you for all your support and help across the past 12 months, 18 months, 24 months as we've built together the Schulich startup community. Without you, what we have achieved would not be possible. And everyone here knows and appreciates the effort and the time and consideration you put into helping us out. So thank you. We're also very excited to let everyone know today that on June 30th, we have a very special event coming up, a conversation with the Dean, and you'll see the link there. We'll be putting it online in our channels. We'll try to drop it into the chat as well too, and we'll be celebrating 32 years of his visionary leadership with special guests and an audience coming up on the 10th of June 30th. So please join us there. And again, thank you to the Dean for all the support today and for building up this community. Thank you very much. Okay, now we're going to introduce our judges. And what we have are 3 judges today. You've seen them before in many different ways and places around the school. We have Stuart Brown, who's one of our instructors in the Entrepreneurial Studies program and also an MBA from 2009, and there's Stuart there. Thanks, Stuart, for joining us today. We have Keith Liu, and Keith is one of our MBA alumni from 2012. Also the Chief Revenue Officer of Time Saved, and has worked the past year in our Entrepreneurial Studies program as an in-class entrepreneur. Thank you, Keith. And we also have Sunita Balsara, who works with Mars Investment Accelerator Fund and is an MBA as well from 2012, and has also been very generous with her time judging in different competitions and guiding and coaching different startups within our Schulich community. So 3 Schulich connected judges here. We really appreciate your time. And as you're going to see as we go along, we've really made them work this time. Used to be in the past with a physical event, they'd get to show up, walk in, they see the competition, throw a few questions off the hip. A little bit different this time because we're in an online environment and we need to move a little, quicker through the process. We offloaded a lot of that to the back end and offline. So what they've been doing is actually reviewing detailed pitch videos from each of the competitors, going through their decks, doing their research, and coming up with key questions together. And today you'll see that each one of the judges has been assigned to a different company. Will be asking a question that is kind of the compilation of things that they were thinking about, the key question that they were thinking about as they went through the deck. So thank you to our judges again today as we go through the process. Now I'm going to take a moment and introduce one of my team members, Lee Williams, who will talk to us about how we're doing online engagement today. Lee.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. My name is Lee, and I'm an MBA MFA student, as well as newly joined as Business Development and Partnerships Lead with Schulich Startups. I see that the heading is a little bit blocked here, but I would like to invite you to join us on Instagram at Schulich Startups. And our fabulous Glory, who is our digital social media and communications person, will be posting on Instagram throughout the event. And our 50th new follower on Instagram will receive a free VIP access to the next event. And if you could tag your posts at hashtag SSN13, and the top post will also receive a free Schulich VIP access to the next event. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Lee. So we will be watching out for you in the chat, and people can follow some of the other activity on Instagram as well. And with that, we're going to jump into the student category. As many of you have been to the event before know, we have 3 of our top student competitors, and we have 3 of our top alumni competitors. Today, we're starting off with the students, and we're going to jump right into it. So how this is going to go is that there's going to be a quick intro from the company. They've got 2 minutes to introduce themselves. And then we're going to jump to the assigned judge who's going to ask the question. We'll hear the response, and then we'll move through the category, a student category in that fashion. So first up, I'm going to call on Tina Yao from Grasshopper.
Hey, everyone. I'd like to start off by telling you guys a story about my friend Lexi. So the other day, while waiting in line to get into her local grocery store, she notices that the lady in front of her is wearing this beautiful pair of heels. And obviously, we know that grocery shopping is now one of the only times we actually dress up for. So she passes a compliment and asks if she can take a picture from a safe distance because, she'd love to have those too. Upon getting consent, Lexi opens up the Grasshopper app on her phone and takes a picture. The app then uses AI to scan through all of Grasshopper's partners and their listed items, finding a similar pair from both Auto and Call It Spring. Lexi happens to like the price point of Auto more, so she goes for that one. Since the app already has her shoe size, billing details, and shipping information stored, all Lexi has to do is press that buy button. And voila, a couple days later, Lexi receives her dream pair of heels in the mail. Such a happy ending, right? Except Lexi doesn't exist and neither does Grasshopper. But wouldn't it be great if you could buy the things you like and shop through all your favorite brands by simply clicking a picture? Hi, my name is Tina, and together with my co-founders Mohammed and Rakesh, we founded Grasshopper. Perhaps it's the fashion blogger in me, but there were so many times when I'd be walking out on the street and I'd see someone wear this amazing outfit that I instantly think to myself, I need to find it and buy it, only to forget about it 10 minutes later. Or even sadder, when I do open up the browser, I have no idea where to look or what to put in the search bar. I mean, anybody know where I can get a blue and white fur coat, shaggy fur coat? Not only is this a huge inconvenience for me, but it is also a huge lost opportunity for businesses. Currently, there are no virtual shopping platforms that capitalizes on these impulsive moments. Further, even when people do buy online, data shows that as much as 50% of those products are being returned within days. It's because we like to see these products up close and personal before buying them. So it's safe to say that a lot of money is being lost right now. The idea for this first came to us when we were working on our AI consulting project, in which we have built an image processing tool for a national retail chain. So with that experience, not only are we confident that we can build this tool, but we also have a good idea of the viability of this product. And so Grasshopper was born. To recap, it is a virtual shopping platform that bridges businesses to consumers through using image similarity technology that will help consumers find what you want. We enhance the purchasing experience by creating seamless transactions that happen with the click of a picture. So now I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Okay, great. So we will call on Sunita to ask the first question.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that presentation. Very well done. The materials that were provided in advance were super thorough as well. So thanks for all the thoughtfulness that's been put into it. My curiosity lands around, how do you get the brands on board quickly? And then how do you get both sides of the marketplace built up? Because you need both there to keep them happy. So what is your thoughts on that?
Right, for sure. So obviously, the biggest challenge right now on the marketing side is to acquire those partnerships with the brands, because the entirety of our business model really depends on having that plethora of brands and their products on the platform. So landing our first partnerships is definitely very instrumental to our success. And to accomplish this, we kind of came up with a running list of companies that we like to target. And we split them up into 3 tiers. Tier 1 is obviously the dream, like the high-end international companies such as Canada Goose and Mackage. Tier 2 would be international brand names such as Adidas and Nike. While tier 3 are more everyday brands or smaller Canadian brands that we can get on board first. So tier 3 would be the one that we focus on first. And we hope to kind of get them on board first to have our Canadian consumers starting to use this app. And once we have kind of this marketplace and market it and get it out there, I don't think getting consumers on board would be that big of a problem, because it is just so simple and convenient and easy to use, and you can shop through multiple brands at once. And it is a universal kind of shopping cart where you can put as many brands and as many items as you want and just check out with one click. And I believe people would love that because of its convenience, instead of having to go to different brands' websites.
Thank you, Tina, and thank you to Grasshopper. So, and just to clarify for people, some people in the chat have been asking a question like, can we see the slides? In this version of how we're presenting, it's a pure video presentation. The slides are more detailed and in-depth, have been reviewed by the judges prior to today. Of course, we may ask the companies if they want to share some of their slides, and we'll do that at a later date. So next up, we're going to call on Greenie to come forward, and we have Lorenzo Panate. And if you could come forward, Lorenzo, and give us your pitch.
Hey guys, thanks, Chris. Is the audio okay?
We're good.
Okay, awesome. So Greenie is a sustainable packaging consultant. As a vendor and manufacturer, we act as a one-stop shop for businesses in the food industry looking to switch away from traditional packaging into the sustainable and become eco-friendly, looking to tap into those benefits. There are two major forces right now driving the sustainability movement. Government regulation and policies that advocate for greener operations is the number one. Examples of that are seen through Canada's ban on single-use plastics, which is looking to become into effect as of 2021. And the other, and some would say the most important, are shifting consumer preferences. So consumers are not only willing to pay more for eco-conscious products, but are loyal and will choose, opt in to pay and stick with companies that go into the sustainability route opposed to others. So our process is really simple. We first analyze your current product offering and establish goals. So we align packaging goals with all the other business goals that you have. Then we present a unique list of customer-friendly and eco-conscious products, and understanding that for many of our customers, the biggest problem is having to deal with a ton of different suppliers for unique packaging products. For us, we wanted to become an all-in-one solution. So for any products that we're not able to manufacture ourselves, we work as a vendor. So we have companies that we've partnered with and offering those products to be really sort of a one-stop shop comprehensive solution. And lastly, the partnership is formed. So the business becomes Greenie certified and begins the process of enriching and building a compelling brand around sustainability. So from our current partners, we've been able to validate the value added from this personalized and relationship focused model. Something that's been, we found that our partners, our current partners before right now, have found really, really valuable, especially around this time. So the overarching goal for us is always and will always remain to reduce Canada's reliance on single-use plastics to protect our most integral ecosystem, our oceans. And in that process, we're educating businesses that, becoming eco-friendly does not mean sacrificing any aspect of it, but instead it serves to magnify and elevate your brand. Showing customers that you're on the forefront of change is really valuable, especially when looking to stand out from your competition. So there's a few key growth factors right now. So the Canadian online demand, so for the online pickups, online ordering, that's been really skyrocketing. It's been unfortunate, the events that have sort of been the catalyst for that. The other part is the eco-friendly sustainable market within Canada in the food industry is expected to grow at almost 10% rate over the coming years. So we're really excited at the future opportunities that are ahead. We know this is a growth area. From our partners, they've been recommending new business for us. So it's a really great area that we're really excited about. And right now what we're working in is to ensure that we have the internal capacity to be able to bring more partners on. And lastly, just want to mention, if you're ever walking downtown, whether it's to quickly grab a lunch or you're out with
Lorenzo, and amazing, but now I have to cut you off for the time component. So we will go now to Stuart, and Stuart's going to have his question for Greenie.
Sounds good.
Hello, Lorenzo. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I Stuart.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot for your presentation. I love the fact of what you're trying to do. We actually just added 2 clean tech companies into our portfolio, so I totally get where you're coming from.
Oh.
And so I appreciate that. When I went through your business plan, there seemed to be a pretty large emphasis on this Greenie certification, and that being kind of like a core differentiator. And the thing that is kind of speaking to me or begging the question is like, why you guys? Like, why is it that you have the credibility to offer this certification, which should be respected, as opposed to possible competitors who could offer their own certification, who have a lot deeper pockets, who have been in the industry for a lot longer. So if you could please sell me on that a little bit, that would be great.
Yeah, that's a great question. And it's honestly the first thing that most of our new partners are asking. And the value that we really add on coming in is, the first thing is we go way beyond just having an e-commerce website and having packaging up there. We take it at the next level by building that relationship with our partners, helping them navigate incoming government legislation. And the other thing, when consumers see the Greenie certification, it really speaks to the fact that, again, their business is taking steps to become eco-conscious. So it's more of a marketing tool as well for the consumer. The other factors that we're taking in is we're saving our partners a ton of time having to go through catalogs and endless catalogs, and providing a solution right away to their unique problems, and branding as well. With the Greenie certification, we make sure that the branding is unique to your business and helps you solve some business issues and capture new consumers, and also educate your consumers. So we move away from just being a traditional e-commerce website, to becoming more of a personalized, engaged business that delivers way more than packaging, but delivers on the consulting side, delivers industry reports. Those are some of the key factors that really differentiate us from our competitors.
Okay,
Great,
thank you,
thanks.
Lorenzo, and thank you, Greenie.
Thank you.
Next up, and just a quick comment here. Lots of great engagement going on in the chat. Love seeing ideas from people in terms of like, hey, have you thought about this? Could you do this? I have a contact. It's almost like a Schulich idea jam is breaking out in the middle of Schulich Startup Night in the chat. So please keep that up, and we love that kind of interactivity. Next, we're going to call on Zainab Jenga from Play Coco.
Hi. Hi, everyone. My name is Zainab Jangda, and I'm a co-founder of Play Coco, which is an online multiplayer game platform for remote work organizations. At Play Coco, we want to use games to give people back what they love most about their jobs and help them be more creative and energetic at work in the process. As many of us have transitioned into remote work these past couple of weeks, we've all struggled with two main things that have made this experience a little less than ideal. The first is the difficulty we faced in connecting with our coworkers. Unfortunately, we're not able to enjoy these relationships the same way we used to. Having the conversations that used to bring us closer together now feel contrived. And the second issue that we all face is that we're burnt out. We're spending 3 hours more on average at work each day. So with it becoming increasingly difficult to unplug after work, the need to take a break matters now more than ever before for our mental health, our well-being, as well as our productivity. So here at Play Coco, we believe that integrating multiplayer games into remote work culture can meaningfully address both of these issues. Games give context to conversations so that they don't feel as contrived, as well as creating a low-stress, casual environment for more natural interactions. And companies have already started implementing virtual socials because they recognize the value that these type of social interactions have and bring into the workplace. However, these socials are mainly done after work hours. They take a significant chunk of your time. And after a full day of Zoom meetings, nobody wants to be on their screen longer than they have to be. There simply isn't a game platform that creates organic social interaction in the workplace. And that's exactly what Play Coco was designed to deliver. So here's how it works. With our Slack integration, you would simply type out a command to open a new game within a channel or direct message. After you accept a game request, a web browser would open up with your game of choice on one side and videos or avatars of your coworkers on the other, to make it feel like you're across the table from your coworkers once more. The goal of these 5 to 10 minute mini games, such as foosball or ping pong, would be to give you a productive break, but not take up too much of your workday. Eventually, teams will be able to host tournaments, award prizes, as well as post leaderboards to further promote team culture and camaraderie. Remote work is here to stay. The flexibility and accessibility that it gives both employers and employees is too valuable to ignore. What organizations need to do is build out their social infrastructure to tackle these issues of employee burnout and isolation. And it's clear that they're scrambling to do so. 72% of companies surveyed by Willis Towers Watson have invested more into their HR-related programs since this March, despite other budgets being cut. With its widespread refocused investment in HR and talent programs, Play Coco has the ability to help make remote work for the social creatures that we are. Our mission is to reimagine the remote work experience and ensure that it's a little bit more human. Thank you.
Awesome. Now we are going to call in our next judge, and that will be Keith.
Hey, Zainab.
Hi,
Love your business, and I think it's awesome. And as someone who plays way too many games as my Xbox controller, and who has been on way too many Zoom calls to play Jackbox games, I totally value and see where you're coming from. Now, gaming is a huge industry with thousands of titles that are released every single day. So I have two-part question for you. One, how do you create a game that you know that your audiences are going to love? Because you're a startup, you have to decide on what games you're going to build. And then secondly, how do you stop, once you've found that secret formula, how do you stop your competitors, such as game developers like Jackbox, from coming in and swooping up and being your instant competition and being better at it?
So to the first question that you asked, on a lot of game developers already existing, we're not trying to be the game of the century. What we're trying to do is make it socially acceptable for remote workers to want to play games. Right now, to kind of suggest to your team that you want to play a game with them is kind of difficult in a workday. So what we're trying to do is make our games short, easy to play, and productive enough so then they're playing a game, but it's not Call of Duty. It's just a fun game to bond with your coworkers. So then that's the first question that you asked. And then the second question that you asked was about, how
do you stop the Jackboxes of the world from coming in and becoming your instant competitor?
Yes, so our defensible moat. Right now, Jackbox is wonderful for playing with friends, and it's a great way to bring people together. However, what they're kind of missing is the length of the game, as well as the virality of it, the going back to it, having the leaderboards. These things don't exist anymore with Jackbox games and any other .io games that kind of exist. So what we're trying to do is use short games that have been known to work to build team bonding activities, but not make them long enough or as long, so then you can play them during a workday and it doesn't take up a significant chunk of your time.
Good job.
Thanks.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you both. Okay, so that's the student category. So we were already away to the races with some great pitches and some great questions from our judges. Now we'll be going to the alumni category, and we're moving along at a nice clip. We're really on time here right now. So first up, we're going to go to Swift.
Hey everyone, Adil here from Swift. And the problem that we're solving is we're making same-day delivery accessible. Accessibility is low prices, easy access, and the best integrations of the best couriers on the planet. Same-day delivery or executing same-day delivery for a bunch of retailers is near impossible. It's not like clicking a few buttons in Shopify and getting access to a network like Canada Post, FedEx, or UPS provides. What we do is we're a B2B marketplace that's built front-end integrations with all of the major e-commerce carts like Shopify, WooCommerce, and Magento. Our Swift API integrates directly into the major WMSs and TMSs. We then pull all of that we aggregate those orders, and then we load balance those orders amongst a network of independent couriers. So these are courier companies. These are not independent drivers. In our world, the reason why we win and create sustainable competitive advantage is because of three things. Number one, we're able to access otherwise inaccessible courier companies that others cannot. Number two, our courier partners provide a higher quality of service. And number three, the logistics management SaaS that we provide to these courier partners automates a lot of their back office workflows. And in doing so, we're actually able to lower the cost of same-day delivery. In any growing e-commerce brand, when you move from the 0 to 1 stage, the first thing that you do is you hire a logistics manager. In our world, working with Swift, you never have to do that anymore for any e-commerce brand. We're growing super fast. We have about $2 million of annual contracted revenue. We're expanding into the Los Angeles and Vancouver markets by the end of the summer. And we're very excited to bring same-day delivery, scalable and affordable same-day delivery to North America.
Okay, thank you, Adil. And we're right back to Keith.
Hey, love your idea. And, many of your friends and investors have been pinging me to chat with you because you guys are doing some amazing things. And I told them I have a lot of questions. And the first one is, what are your immediate standouts, to keep your current competition away from you? And then thinking ahead, what is that competitive advantage that you would have and that you can build so that, the incumbents can't come along and just, leverage the APIs and build something just like you, or if not bigger and faster with deeper wallets?
Fantastic questions. So the courier partners that we tap into are inaccessible to a lot of our competition. Our competition is in the business of building a better FedEx. So that means buying warehouses or acquiring a bunch of drivers the way Uber and Instacart do. And in doing so, they're not effectively able to change the cost structure of the logistics model. In fact, as we all know, when you work with an Instacart and Uber, you're actually increasing your cost structure. The reason why we're able to access these independent mom and pop couriers is because we're providing them with real value, not just, hey, Mr. Courier, I'll give you, 500 more packages per day, but rather our platform, the SaaS component, automates a bunch of their workflows and manages their entire business. I'll give you guys an example. If you type in same-day delivery courier Toronto, you'll see a bunch of them on Google. But when you actually need to ship something with them, on their websites, they have a form, and then you have to hop on the phone and get a quote. That sucks. We're working with us. We've automated all of that because of our direct integrations with all the e-commerce carts and the major WMSs and TMSs. So once we've brought these independent couriers into our network, our software is so sticky with them that it powers their entire business that they have no incentive to leave us. On top of that, they're making more money with us. So that's how we protect ourselves from the bigger guys. And in regards to the bigger guys, as I mentioned, a lot of people have tried to solve this problem, but everyone took an asset-based approach. And that's how we're definitely different than all the rest of the pack.
Great answer.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you to Swift. And we're moving right along. We're coming to the next competitor in the category when we're going to call on our... Oh, we got Muse up there. We're actually going to go to Arnab from Soul Rooms.
Right. So hi, everyone. I'm Gaurav, and I've got Arnab alongside me today, possibly the only duo out here. We are the co-founders of Soul Rooms, a co-living company that is a result of two former Schulich students finding out the hard way that rental applications get rejected more often than job applications.
And that's the fundamental problem of a metropolitan city like Toronto. Young professionals like us just cannot afford to live in city centers where we aspire to be. Most of the people in our cohort actually struggle to get their rental application approved and then paired up to actually get some accommodation in Midtown. And a lot of them are currently in this chat boxes as well. The average salary of a fresh grad in Toronto is around $60,000, which means they can only afford around $1,000 to $1,600 per month for housing. And there is no product in downtown that caters specifically to them. A studio in General Times would cost you around $1,900 per month without furniture, utilities, or internet. You can move towards the alternatives that lead to hunting for roommates in the scam-ridden darknet of Craigslist, or living at places leading to long commutes in often troubled BTC. The whole experience can range from lucky to wrong, and Gaurav was almost scammed by one of such sites.
Fortunately, I've gotten over it since then. And as a solution, we started Soul Rooms in July 2019. So for instance, you decided to get lunch between classes and zero in on a pizza. You possibly won't have the appetite or the money to pay for an entire pizza by yourself. And that's why pizza by the slice works like a charm. The same concept is translated to Toronto's rental market via Soul Rooms. We rent ready-to-move in private rooms with shared common spaces, thereby bringing a viable rental alternative to city centers for young professionals. Our entire move-in process is enabled online, ensuring our customers' convenience. Finally, we also ensure one is matched with like-minded individuals through our proprietary roommate matching algorithm, ensuring individuals who get together as flatmates bring a sense of community to each other and solve for the lonely lives led by millennials today. We also host monthly events being held virtually at this point so that you are connected to the wider community we are in the process of building.
So far, we have acquired about 122 customers and grown at an average rate of 25% month on month in just 10 months of our operations. Our ARR is in excess of $1.2 million, and we have realized more than $1 million in revenues as of today. We currently manage around 100 rooms and aim is to grow to 250 rooms in next 12 months of operations. Our vision is to get to a point when our customers aren't just renting our rooms, but choosing a way to live with soul rooms. Thank you.
Okay, thanks guys. And I have to say that was the smoothest two-person back and forth that I've seen in a pitch competition yet. So nice work with the video. We're going to call on Sanita to ask the question for snow rooms.
Thank you both so much for that presentation. A lot of great information there, and what you're building is quite interesting. I'm curious about how do you keep your brand's promise that you'll be sharing common areas with like-minded people? You know, please expand on that. And then the other area to expand on is how do you keep that competitive advantage over your next closest competitors?
Yeah, for that video, can I share like my screen with one of the slides?
Nope.
Because we already have like thought about it and like we have a slide on that.
It's a good try, but I have to keep a consistency here with the group. So you have to answer the question directly.
Hey, Chris.
Sure.
Can I do that?
No sharing.
No, okay, perfect. No worries. So to answer the first part, we do three very basic things to ensure whether like you would live with the like-minded people. The first thing, for sure, we extensively vet every application, the profiles of the people and how they are coming. If they're new to the city, what they have been doing, what were their careers, how educated they are, and things like those. That's extensive vetting processes there. Second, we have developed an internal roommate matching algorithm based on 16 well-established personality types, which actually matches each of the individual with the best of the roommates possible, which ensures that their interests are same, the way they live they're same. If they're clean freaks, we know like people who like clean and stuff. So all those things are taken care of. All those variables are taken care of through that part. The third important thing, we give free of cost transfer. So like if you choose to stay with soul rooms, and if there is a problem or you are concerned about certain things, we give you free of cost transfers like within the city, wherever you want to stay based on your next best match personalities. That answers the part of how we ensure the like-mindedness of people.
Before we jump to the next question, I just wanted to say the proof lies in its pudding, because we have been doing this for a year and we have had only one transfer request so far. So we know that we are doing something right on that front.
Okay, and that's a great add. And the second part regarding the competition, we essentially have a couple of really good competitive advantages. The first thing is we are actually have a substantial knowledge base in the real estate and access to prime real estate through our network of investors and partners who are providing us the best of the real estate across the city, which is a difficult network to tap into, but from our experience and existing network, we are already doing that. Second, our business model, like how it is structured, is very co-location basis. So we increase the operational efficiencies of any of the hub, because we go on and take up most of the similar standardized product in the same area, which helps us serve them better constantly. The third one is we have designed our operations in a feedback-based mechanism with the customer. So we are constantly improving based on whatever the feedback we are getting from the customer. And the fourth thing, we have an insider soul rooms app, which every soul roomer when moves in actually downloads, and we collect their daily interaction with the community and suggest them and own them in a bit to like experience soul room better, which gives them less incentive to like go out to any of the competitors.
Okay, thank you. Excellent question, excellent approach to the answer. And now we'll move on to Muse, and I'm going to call on Akosua to come up and present.
Hello, everybody. My name is Akosua Asare, and I'm the founder of Muse. Over $16 billion is spent on wigs worldwide. And in 2016, I became one of the 16 billion when I started losing my hair. It was my journey with hair loss that introduced me to wigs. But although wigs are a powerful confidence boosting tool, the industry was broken. While running my online wig boutique, interacting with other wig wearers, and through extensive research, I boiled consumer pain points to two main areas. Number one, consumers wanted more personalization because traditional consumer wigs often came in one size or one style fits all. And two, consumers wanted to shop online, but still wanted to be able to see how a style would look on them before committing to a purchase. That's why I developed Muse. Muse microanalyzes consumer images, videos, social media, and our internal data to create highly personalized hairstyle designs that suit the consumer's facial features, skin tone, and personality. The customer could then virtually try on that hairstyle and purchase their favorite ones. Our team would then recreate the customer's purchase onto our proprietary line of custom fit Hollywood grade wigs. Muse would also virtually take the customer's head measurements and educate them on ways to style and wear their new hairstyle, consolidating research. Our application provides consumers with a complete end-to-end solution. Our wigs are sustainably made, and our application gives consumers control over the entire purchase experience. We've been running a manual version of our application through our e-commerce site, essenceluxecouture.com. And through that, we've grossed over $175,000 in sales and have over 100 five-star reviews. And we'll be a contestant in this season's Dragon's Den. Our goal is to complete the app over the next months and launch in early 2021. I believe that the future of e-commerce is personalized products. Nike allows you to personalize shoes, Burberry allows you to personalize fragrances, and now we allow you to personalize wigs. Thank you.
Thank you, Akosua, and appreciate the pitch and the passion. We're going to call on Stuart.
Great, thank you, Akosua. I'm probably the opposite of the target market you're looking for, so I don't know a ton about it, but what I do know, it seems like an amazing problem solution fit, product market fit, so congratulations on that, especially having read through your investor presentation. You definitely see where you fit in with your niche. The one thing I was curious about, though, as you try to create this company into a scalable, exponential growth fashion, how do you resolve the conundrum of customization in your production process?
Yeah, I had a feeling that would be the question. Yeah, so actually, so two things. The first is raw materials. Regardless of the wig, whether it's a generic wig, custom, blue, yellow, pink, orange, same raw materials. So the input materials are all the same. Then the second, which is the actual production process. So wigs can be broken down into three main, or our wigs specifically, can be broken down into three main production stages. The first stage is the fitting of the cap. And because everyone's wig will be custom fit to their head measurements, you would think that that would take a lot of time. But even if we were to use a generic cap or generic cap size, it would still have to be measured to the generic measurements. So in this case, we're just measuring it to the customer's measurements. Second stage would be the same, but the last stage, which is the styling, coloring, and designing, which would be unique to each customer, surprisingly is a lot more efficient, or we've developed a lot more efficient way than you think. So colors are all a color range, or sorry, dyes are all set colors. And how a stylist would create unique colors is just mixing what she already has. So there will be a little bit of work at the end in terms of mixing those colors, but the efficiency and all those other stages being nominal allows us to take our time with that last stage and creating that piece. One other thing that we've noticed is customers are a lot more willing to wait a little bit longer when a product is custom. So we do know that we have a little bit of time on our side to get that last stage right. But otherwise, because of our production process and those inputs, we can scale at a much larger or a much bigger, to reach a much larger audience than a lot of people would believe.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, Kosia, and thank you to all the companies who have pitched to the judges for your questions. I mean, I have to tell you, just like sitting back for a moment and listening to all of this, I'm really impressed by how everyone handled their questions today and how smooth everyone's felt pitching in the online environment. So great job, everybody. Well done. Now we're going to give the judges a chance at this point to go and to do their final scores for the question component. As I said, they already did their deck reviews and watched their extended videos beforehand. So they're going to go through that process. And while they do that, I'm going to pass it over to Vito, who, as many of you know, Vito Giovanetti is the head of our Schulich Entrepreneurial Alumni Association and my co-collaborator in the development and the management of the Schulich startups community and my great friend. And I'll turn it over to him for the People's Choice Award.
Thanks, Chris. We also have Tamzid here as well, who's going to help me in the process. So I will share my screen, and Tamzid, you can give the directions to the audience on how they can enter into the Menti.
Yeah, before that, Vito, I think there's a spot on the screen that's blocking the QR code.
Okay, we're going to move that right now. Just give me one moment. Has it left now?
No, the screen changed.
Okay.
Sorry for the minor glitch on that.
Are we there?
No.
Yep, we're good. We can see the address and the code.
Okay, so yeah.
So audience, if you can go to www.menti.com and use the code 831521, you'll see that an option to vote. If you vote there, then we will have our People's Choice winner for the day, for the event.
Yeah, so we have 13 people. You can see in the bottom right corner all of the different people that are voting. I have a timer here on my phone. So we're at 14 seconds. Well, we're going to try to give the judges time so to get in their scores. But just like Chris said, absolutely amazing job to all of the companies that pitched. It was such a strong group with great ideas, and I think one of the most passionate groups of companies that we had pitched. So kudos to all the founders there. We're at 40 seconds, so we're going to go for about a minute more.
We can already see that 80 people voted.
We got 80. We're gonna break Schulich Startup Night 11's record, which is 111. We'll see if that happens. All right, we're at the minute. So
we're very close.
A minute 4. All right, cool. We should be able to hit at least 120, 130. Come on. 111. All right, we got about 40 more seconds to go. Normally we're at the podium in Rob McEwen Hall doing a big countdown. We'll do the countdown here, Tamzid and I.
Yeah.
124, it's still going. Thank you to everybody engaging with us on the Schulich Startups channel. We've been pretty active during Schulich Startup Night, and we will be more active tonight. You can see we're shouting out our sponsors. We'll also be posting the companies there. Okay, we're at almost at this 2-minute mark. We have 133. I think we're ready to go.
You've got your record, so.
Yeah, thank you everybody for voting. All right, Tamzid, do you want to do the countdown?
Yep.
All right, 10,
9,
8,
7,
6, 5,
4,
3,
2. Here we
1.
go.
Muse. Awesome. Congratulations. Wow.
Fantastic.
Yeah, please come on. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Chosen! Yay! Thank you. Woo! I'm so excited. my kids are sleeping, so I can't scream.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations. You know, we always I'm actually have to move that away from the shared window. We always say it's one of the best awards to win at Schulich Startup Night. So congratulations. We're going to continue along with the rest of the award announcements. So I'm just going to share the screen here, Chris.
Okay.
And
does Sunita have the two winners?
I do not have any information yet.
No, I have it. I will have it. So I just need a moment to do the final.
I'm going to just chat for a minute and you break in when you're ready, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
I just wanted to say, just wrapping up on terms of the People's Choice Award, that I'm so happy for you, because like I've seen how hard you've been working, I think, and with your two young children at the same time, like really dedicated and an unbelievable amount of like entrepreneurial creativity and drive to go through a scenario where you were thrust into like a 90-day pandemic, work from home with young kids, and still building your company and working through these programs they're in. And I'm really happy you won, because I'm proud of you and everything that you've done through the last 90 days to keep going.
Thank you, Chris.
While we're waiting for the winners, also going to give like a shout out. There's all kinds of, I've seen in the chat, past winners from Schulich Startup Nights and finalists that are here with us. As many of you know, but not everybody would, here we are in number 13. It started out 5-6 years ago in a small boardroom downtown. One of the companies that I've invested in hosted it. And there were 30 students who came down on the subway and hung out and pitched their ideas. And it's just grown and grown from here, where eventually we were in different boardrooms of like top consulting firms. And then it grew into their event, centers. And then we had to repatriate it and bring it back to Schulich to campus, so that we had an auditorium that was big enough that could handle all the people. And I think really like moving online in a way has been like a natural progression, where we need even more elbow room outside of what we can do in the physical space. So it's been great having everyone here today, from the past cohorts of champions and people from around the world joining us as well too. So a lot of fun, and thank you for that. How are we doing, Vito, with the 2 picks?
We're doing great. I'm just going to be sending the secure message to the judges to let them know.
Like an encrypted digital envelope is being passed to Sunita as we speak.
It's coming by pigeon.
Exactly.
Secure. What's a secure pigeon, Keith? That's exciting. I can't wait to hear. I mean, I think everyone, I just want to say again, everybody did a fantastic job. And I don't envy the judges. The one thing I enjoy is actually like stepping back from these moments and being able to watch. But there's some real amazing companies that you've had to review here today. Some that are already in that stage where they're taking off, and some that are like, you can see their big ambitions for the future.
Awesome. So I've sent it in to Sunita.
Okay. So Sunita's just waiting to receive the email/pigeon information that has the final winners.
The pigeon has arrived.
Pigeon has arrived. Are you ready to take the screen now, Sunita, and share the winners with us?
Absolutely.
All right.
Well, wait. Are we going to do the sponsor awards first?
I'm so excited, Vito, you're right. Like, I'm just like wild, wild with it. Gotta get me back on track with the deck here.
Yeah, so
okay, sorry everybody, you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer because we're gonna go through the other awards first. Okay, so first we're gonna call on Andrew Maxwell, my friend Andrew from the Lassonde School of Engineering and the Best Lab to present the top technology award, most impactful technology application. Andrew, would you like to come forward and share your pick?
Thank you, Chris. And it's great to be here, even virtually. And I just blown away by the quality of all the pitches and the diversity of the projects. So we're always looking for an early stage venture that is using technology to solve a useful problem. And in this case, one of the competitors stood out, and that would be Play Coco. We love the fact that they are working using technology in gaming, not just to provide a pastime, but to provide something that's also socially useful, especially in this troubling time. And we already asked them if they would help us at York and at Lassonde by providing their platform to our incoming students, so that our students would have another way of engaging with the community, which they will miss when we don't have classes on campus. So the winner for the best award this year is Play Coco.
Thank you so much, Andrew.
Give us a few words.
So yes, we've understood that this can be apparent for not just remote work, but also undergraduate students that are just coming in, and even just for family and friends. So this has been a very exciting award to it. Thank you.
Thank you, Zainab. And again, when I give shout outs to people, I think it's amazing that you and your co-founder were across the ocean on an international, voyage for school and had to scramble to get yourself back here when the pandemic was going down. But I think it's really cool that the moment you landed, you were like, okay, I escaped the pandemic. I'm back in Toronto. I need to make another company. And that was your first go-to response. So congratulations again on winning that award. And thank you, Andrew. Next, we're gonna go to the Owner Award, which is for free incorporation. And I'm gonna call on Jordan Casey from Owner and RBC Ventures to present that award.
Awesome, thanks, Chris. Can everyone hear me?
Yep.
Awesome. So it's my pleasure to sort of award a free incorporation to one of the younger startups. At Owner, we're trying to make it easy and simple for you to start a business and get incorporated and start your branding efforts. And so we took a look at a number of the submissions and really blown away by everything that these teams are doing. But I'd like to announce that Naylan and Lorenzo from Greenie have won a free incorporation award to get started on their business. So congratulations, guys.
Awesome, thanks.
Give us a few words there, Lorenzo.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. That's it's definitely we're really planning of growing our like the Q&A question, growing our legitimacy and having a stronger footholding, and this is definitely going to be able to catapult us in that direction. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Cheers. Thank you both. And thank you, Owner, for all your support with our various initiatives, and your platform for getting people incorporated has been super helpful to many of our companies. So thank you. Next, we're going to go to the Zeifmans Accelerator Award and call on Ahmad to come up, one of the partners at Zeifmans, to present the winner. And Zeifmans, as I mentioned before, a fantastic partner to our community.
Thanks, Chris. I hope everybody can hear me all right.
We're good.
Thank you very much. It's always exciting to be part of Schulich community. I just want to give you a quick couple of lines about Zeifmans. For over 60 years, Zeifman has been developing innovative business, tax, and accounting solutions for startups that are driven by creative insight. We view ourselves as a trusted advisor for your startup team. That is why I'm very excited to be here today at Schulich Startup Night to present the Accelerator Award, a kickoff startup package to help move your business forward to the next stage of growth. To Adil Kazmi, CEO of ShipSwift. Adil will be contacting you directly post-event to review the prize. Thank you so much for allowing us to be part of Schulich community. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. Do we want
Sorry,
to
we
have?
had some issues there with Zoom, but I'm back.
Thanks so much, everyone.
Okay, Adil, can we get you on screen to jump in and say a word?
Yeah, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Really happy for this. And I really wanted to say thanks to Chris, your team, the Schulich Startups community for helping us get to this point, and advisors like Mudit. Anyone who's in the startup community should definitely be part of the Schulich community, reach out to the event and speak to and leverage the advisors that the Schulich community has.
Thank you, and thanks again to Zeifmans for presenting that award. As I've said, we really have a great connection. If you're part of the Schulich startup community and you've come to our VIP sessions or the idea jams, you know that we've got Ahmad and Steven and all the great people from Zeifmans who come out and provide like ideas and concepts. And I'm gonna say that they are the most creative, idea generating networked accountants that I've ever worked with in my 30-year career in the innovation and tech space. So thank you. Next, we're going to go to the Bearskin and Parr IP Innovation Award and call on Tony Orsi to present this.
All right, well, thanks very much, Chris, for the introduction. My name is Tony Orsi. I'm a partner with Bearskin and Parr. So our firm is an intellectual property law firm that specializes in all areas of IP, including patents, trademarks, copyright, and digital media, and others. We were founded over 50 years ago, and some of our biggest clients began with us as startups. So we're definitely passionate about startups, and we're extremely excited to partner with Schulich Startups this year and support the great startups that are coming out of Schulich. I want to congratulate all of the startups who had very good pitches today and very impressive pitch decks. I think all of you have bright futures ahead of you. We had a tough time picking the winner of our Startup Innovation Award, but after careful consideration, we would like to award the prize to Muse, who we think is on their way to disrupting an industry with a much improved version of a wig product and also providing innovative software to help customers select and customize wigs for their own use. So congrats to Akosia and her team.
Thank you, Tony. Akosia, do you want to come on again and give another celebration?
Yeah, this couldn't have been a more perfect award. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. This is gonna, oh man, this is gonna go far. This is gonna go far. Thank you.
Congrats.
And I like how you're keeping things like in check, so you're not waking up the kids in the middle of the you're probably having to hold it inside. Thanks, Tony, and thanks to Bearskin and Parr as well for your support and not only as a sponsor, but again as like being one of those groups that jumps in and like helps and gives people key advice when they're reaching these questions about IP and patenting, and we really appreciate having you as part of our community as well. Okay, so those were all cool. Those were amazing. And I'm glad we went through them as opposed to me jumping to the end of the presentation. But now we're back to where I was like, about to go wild and call on Sunita to introduce the two winners from our lead categories. So Sunita, would you be ready to come on and talk to us about the winner in the student category?
Absolutely, very excited too. Firstly, I want to congratulate all of the companies. All of the pitches were fantastic. There was great energy across the board. What the audience didn't get to see, but the judges were lucky enough to see, were the pitch decks and the video presentations that were done. And there was a lot of great work that was put into all of those. So many thanks to everyone. All of you will make immense impacts. And we believe that and we trust that. And it's tough to pick just a couple of winners, but here we are in this position now. The judges had a challenging job here, but we battled it out, and I think we've got our winners ahead of us here. In the student category, the group that won here is one that quickly found an opportunity and a solution to address it in the times that we're currently in. We're all feeling a bit more isolation these days, so bringing us together is really compelling. So congratulations to Play Coco for winning the student category.
Thank you. It's yes, thank you. Very helpful. And I really hope we can get this up and running with the awards and with Best as well, and with Schulich Startups and Chris and everybody in the comments. Thank you so much. We'll get this up and running so then we can solve this problem for hopefully a lot of people. Thank you again.
Thank you, Zainab. And I know everyone who I've mentioned your company to, the first thing they say is like, I want it now, right? Which is a great thing to hear when you're pitching something. So I think we're all ready to dive in, and I'm going to go crazy and challenge Keith Liu in my first team game, right? Which will probably mean I'll be stomped.
It's on.
Stomped into the ground with whatever we're playing, but I'm challenging Keith. It's on the record. I want to be Keith and I, the first ever players on the platform. Okay, so Sunita, let's go to the next, to the alumni category.
The alumni category is a challenging one as well. 3 very compelling businesses that have built, that have, figured out their product market fit, hit the ground running, have impressive traction in very different areas. It was a passionate presentation by all, and the company that's come forward here is the one that's really addressing a challenge that will drive all of our economy in relation to what's going on with COVID-19 right now. So congratulations to Swift for getting us all of our packages on the same day here.
I need free shipping.
Thank you so much, guys, and Sunita and everyone. Thank you so much. This is really big to me and my team. I really don't even know what to say. I'm not usually like this. I usually talk a lot, but right now is one of those times I really just don't know what to say. Thank you, everyone. Chris, you've been so instrumental in making this all happen. I'm really excited to keep the conversation open with everyone and share with you guys more about ShipSwift, and happy to answer any questions. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. And, I think you're always going to be one of my most memorable stories and conversations, because it was I feel like it was 8 days in to the pandemic, and your business was just starting to really rock to a whole other level. And we were on the phone and strategizing about how it was time for you to quit your job at Amazon and go all in, which you did. And it's proven to be a bold.
I remember asking you, I'm either going to regret this decision so much, or it's going to be the best decision of my life.
Well, I'm betting on it being the best decision of your life, but
it sure is.
One more step forward today. I just want to say again, in response to both categories, right across the board, this is an incredibly tough process to come through and to go through all these different steps and stages for the judges to make their decision. And I've been in that judging room before. In the past, I used to go into the judges room and observe and watch and see the battles and see how close things were. You'd wind up in mathematical ties, and then you had to break based on a hair. So I just want to say to all the companies, I have incredible belief in all of you. Schulich has incredible belief in all of you. And what really matters, I say this at the end of every Schulich startup night, what really matters is the minute after we all get off the Zoom, and then you continue forward and pursue building the company. Because as every investor that's online today or advisor will tell you, that ultimately it's the execution that brings everything home. So
Chris, I would love to have everyone come on video, and Tamsin could grab a screenshot of all of the competitors and finalists and winners together. Normally we just have a picture with the finalists, but I think it would be great if we could have everyone, if you're still at your computers, to come on video, and we'll grab a shot before we wrap up. And I'll just share the screen to continue your flow, Chris.
Yes, so we're ready. If you all can share our videos for a second.
So Vito, do you want to do the screen grab first or grab first?
No. We'll have everyone come back on, and you can continue.
In a minute, I'll continue. Okay, cool. That sounds like a fun idea. So that's cool. Okay, so other quick announcements. Schulich Startup Night Edition 14. We already have the date, November 5th lockdown. Vito, Sarah, Susan, Kimberly, and I all strategizing towards that date. We'll see, is it online? Is it back, in the physical world? Is it a hybrid between the two? Stay tuned. We're going to find out. But that circle your calendar for that date. Also, we want to just give everyone a reminder related to the fireside chat coming up at the end of the evening. We have the session that is at 7 p.m. tonight. So this is twice the Schulich Startup Night action in a single day. It's a, we went a little bit, we love having our 3-hour event, and we knew an hour and a half is enough for a Zoom session. So we split it in half. So we've got the 2 pieces. So we'll be back at 7. Vito will be sending out a fresh link and email that's going to go out shortly after this. So keep your eye out in the inbox for that. Tonight, the fireside chat is going to be hosted by Daniel Warner, who is the chair of our Schulich Startups Advisory Group. He's an MBA from 2012 and the founder and CEO of Medicine. And he has a deep history working with our VIP guest, who is Andrew D'Souza. And Andrew is the co-founder and CEO of ClearBank. And it's going to be a really interesting conversation. He's had a lot to say on a wide variety of topics recently, everything from startup to technology to social questions that we're all asking ourselves these days as a key leader within our innovation ecosystem. So I'm excited to hear the session tonight. And then I also wanted to say a thank you. And the next piece is I just wanted to say a thank you to my Schulich Startups team. Fantastic group of people, both, there's people who are on the team who are now alumni and have graduated, but are still pitching in and helping out. And we've got our students that are here with us. We've got some new team members. We could not get any of this done, Vito and I, without their hard work and their constant drive and ambition to do something great. And we can all say thank you to them, not only for the Schulich Startup Competition, but as it relates to things like developing the COVID-19 job hunting guide that we put out within a couple weeks of the pandemic, going out and working with the guidance and direction of Dean Horvath to pursue opportunities for students that resulted in Digital Main Street and those 100 jobs, getting this session online, doing all these VIPs. These are the people that are behind the scenes, making everything happen and allowing the community that we have to do its work. So I just want to say thank you to all of them on behalf of Vito and I, and the entire school.
Yeah, and there's so many other people that have been such loyal attendees of all of the events and being so engaged and connected and helping one another out. And it really is a whole community that has proven to be really strong during these recent times of uncertainty. And so thank you everybody for your support, all of the alumni out there that are working on great projects. So before we do closing thoughts, let's see if we can get one last call to action here for our pitch competitors and Schulich Startup judges and Schulich Startup team members to come on. I'm gonna ask some people to start their videos as well. So some people might be having issues there. So we're gonna resolve those. All right.
Do we have Mohammed and Lorenzo here? Mohammed and Lorenzo, can you come on video?
I'm asking, yeah. They're just getting the requests, yeah.
I think they're running around their condo or their yard like, oh God, it's done, thank goodness.
Okay, awesome. I'm going to just move it like this. Perfect, Tamsin. And you'll capture it for us, right?
Yeah, we're all
okay. Perfect. We're just gonna wait one more minute, and maybe we can have also our winners give like a one of these. If you're a winner, yeah. If you're a winner today, you can put everyone's a winner. Maybe we'll all give one of these.
Hands up, all the competitors.
Everybody, yeah. Awesome.
Oh my God.
Okay, there we go. Lorenzo's there. Perfect. All right, we'll grab the photo then.
Right, ready, 1, 2, and done. Yeah.
Perfect.
Awesome. Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
So we'll go to some closing thoughts. As I said, impressed with how everyone came through this, and also impressed that when we went out and checked to see if people wanted to do this, like if they were keen to compete, if our sponsors and community partners were like, no, let's do it, let's get it back. No one had that kind of approach of, we'll wait till the fall and see what comes back. Everyone was like, no, this is important. We need to do this. These companies need to have our support. These companies need to be celebrated, and we need to give them the opportunity to showcase themselves in front of our community. So thank you to our judges. Thank you to our sponsors and supporters. Thank you to the companies, everybody who came out tonight. We hope to see the vast majority of you back at 7 o'clock tonight for Andrew D'Souza of Clearbank. But thank you to the whole Schulich Startups community for getting back in and making it happen. Have a great afternoon, and we'll see you later on this evening.
See you tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. See you at 7.
Cheers. Bye.